Welcome to Vroom Vibes. When the engine roars, luxury never stops. The 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross is not here to shock you with impossible performance figures, nor to seduce you with the bravado of supercar curves. It's not a vehicle that demands attention with every rev or shouts its presence through exhaust notes that shake city blocks. Instead, it's the car that draws you in slowly, the way a favorite song does when you first hear it quietly playing in the background, and you realize, a few minutes later, you can't imagine not hearing it. It's the car that understands you, not the idealized you of marketing campaigns, but the real you. The one who moves through days full of small victories, steady work, and the occasional detour for something unexpected. And yet, in 2026, Toyota has managed to take that understanding and sculpt it into something more. Something with presence, something that stands with quiet dignity, something that refuses to fade into the blur of traffic. You notice it first in the way the light catches the paint, a new finish developed exclusively for the Corolla Cross Grand Touring. It's called Platinum Ember, and in morning sun, it's a pale silver touched with warmth. At dusk, it deepens into a bronze gray that looks like it's holding the day's last rays within itself. You don't expect a compact crossover to make you pause just to watch light roll across its surface. And yet here you are. The front fascia has matured. Gone is the purely utilitarian expression of older models. In its place, a confident, horizontally stretched grille with brushed aluminum accents and a subtle texture that catches the eye without overwhelming it. The headlamps are slim, almost watchful, with new micro-LED arrays that deliver a sharp, clean beam at night, but shimmer with a diamond-like sparkle under daylight. Even the DRLs have been given a soft choreography, a faint pulse when you unlock, as if the car is greeting you. Walk to the side, and the proportions feel balanced. The wheel arch is more pronounced, the belt line flowing with a fluid motion that makes the compact form feel grounded yet athletic. The new 19-inch dual-finish alloys, polished faces set against matte inner spokes, are a small design masterstroke, the kind of detail that doesn't need to announce itself because it will be noticed by those who care. The roofline dips ever so slightly toward the rear, enough to suggest motion even when parked, but not so much that it sacrifices the upright practicality buyers expect from this shape. And at the rear, perhaps the most surprising view, there's a restraint to the design that feels deliberate. Clean LED light bars stretch across the hatch, connected by a brushed trim piece embossed with the Corolla Cross name. The bumper is subtly contoured, the diffuser integrated but not showy. It's all very considered. That's the word you keep coming back to, considered. Open the door, and Toyota's new approach to interior craft becomes clear. There's less clutter. The dash is a single sweeping plane, broken only by a discrete horizontal vent and a thin band of ambient light. Materials feel a step above, soft grain leatherette with fine stitching on the touch points, textured metal around the vents, and in the Grand Touring trim, an inlay of Japanese kato wood, a nod to traditional craft, with a matte finish that begs to be touched. The seats are supportive without trying too hard. You settle into them the way you settle into a chair you've owned for years, a comfort that comes from fit, not excess cushioning. In the Grand Touring, they're upholstered in a two-tone scheme, deep chestnut and warm ivory, with subtle piping that matches the ambient light when set to its golden evening mode. The headrests are slightly larger, offering that small but meaningful support on longer journeys. Even before you press the starter, the car feels alive. The 12.3-inch central display, now running Toyota's newest UX software, comes to life in a slow fade, revealing clean typography, minimalist icons, and a customizable home screen that feels less like a dashboard and more like the interface of a well-designed tablet. The digital instrument cluster is just as thoughtful, offering multiple layouts, but all with the same emphasis on clarity. Press the starter, and in the hybrid Grand Touring model, there's only the faintest hum, the electric motor quietly bringing the system online. Pull out onto the street, and the first sensation is refinement. This is not the tinny, slightly hollow feel that compact crossovers often get saddled with. There's density here, a sense that the car is built with layers, insulation in the right places, suspension tuned not just for comfort but for quiet composure. Around town, the steering is light but precise. The hybrid powertrain, a 2.0-liter Atkinson cycle 4-cylinder paired with dual electric motors, delivers its 196 combined horsepower with an easy, almost unthinking effort. In traffic, it's mostly electric. At speed, the engine joins in with a muted, well-damped note. Toyota claims a 0-60 time of 7.5 seconds, but that's almost irrelevant here. The Corolla Cross isn't about racing to the next red light. It's about making every mile a little smoother than you expected. And yet, when the road opens up, there's a quiet competence to the way it gathers speed. The eCVT has been retuned to mimic stepped shifts more convincingly, and the electric assist fills in torque gaps so you never feel left wanting in mid-range acceleration. On a winding back road, the rear-mounted electric motor in the Abi Dodd version helps tuck the car into corners, giving it a composure you wouldn't have guessed at from its shape alone. The suspension, now with frequency-sensitive dampers in the Grand Touring trim, breathes with the road. Small imperfections are absorbed before they reach the cabin. Larger bumps are smoothed into gentle undulations. There's no float, no nervous fidget, just a steady, confident ride that makes you want to keep driving, even when your errand is done. Later, on the coast road, the Corolla Cross surprises again. With the panoramic roof shade retracted, warm light floods the cabin, catching in the grain of the wood inlay and the metallic trim. The sea breeze comes through the slightly cracked windows, mixing with the faint scent from the climate control's new air purification system, a soft hint of green tea and cedar. You could be in something far more expensive, and no one would argue. It's in these small, almost forgettable moments. Merging onto the highway with no drama, parking in a tight space with the help of the 360-degree camera, unloading groceries without worrying about scratching a bumper, that the Corolla Cross proves its worth. It's not just a car you use, it's a car that supports you almost invisibly until you notice how much better the day flows when you are in it. Night falls, and the ambient lighting shifts to a deep indigo, the digital cluster dimming to show only the essentials. The hybrid system glides silently through low-speed streets, the headlights casting a precise, clean arc ahead. There's a quiet luxury in ending the day with such calm. The Corolla Cross may never appear on the cover of magazines devoted to lap times and horsepower wars, but that's fine. It's a different kind of statement, one that says you value balance over excess, craft over noise, and the kind of daily excellence that doesn't need to be announced. And in 2026, in this Grand Touring form, it's also something else. A reminder that even the most familiar names in the automotive world can still surprise you. That beauty can be quiet, that joy can be subtle, and that sometimes the greatest cars aren't the ones that make the biggest entrance. They're the ones you want to take everywhere, every day, without thinking twice. Because in the end, the measure of a great car isn't how fast it can go or how loudly it can shout. It's how deeply it becomes a part of your life. And the 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross, it understands that better than most.